Hey, what's going on? This is another episode of the Reporter Vlog for TV. Yeah, it's, for September 9th, 2024. Pretty much a double header day, pretty much a story dump today. Guess Just getting rid of some stories that have been on my Facebook timeline for a while. Um, Hold on, let me check. All right, um, if I look darker, my trusty lamp is out. So, but I know y'all see me some at least see my glasses. But let's get right into it. First one, serious tragedy that will go down among the many tragedies as far as school shootings and shootings in general. Um, CNN reported 4 days ago officials identified a 14-year-old student as a suspect in the Georgia school shooting and left four dead. Um, okay, give my credits. This is brought to you by CNN, of course. This story was posted by CNN, of course, uh, on Isabel Rosales, John Miller, Nick Valencia, Dakin Adande, Sharif Paget, 7 minutes, 7 minute read. Updated 12:30 a.m. on that day, September 5th, 2024. Winder, Georgia. The 14-year-old suspect in the fatal mass shooting in Winder, Georgia high school will be booked Wednesday. He's already been booked. Wednesday night, Georgia Bureau of Investigation Director Chris Hosey said at the evening news conference, Code Gray will be charged with murder in connection with the deaths of two teachers and two students at Pouchy High School in Winder, Georgia. Authorities said the deceased victims were 14-year-old Mason uh, Shimmer, Shimmerhorn, 14-year-old Christian Agula Lowe, Richard Spinwally Wall, 39, Christine Remy, 53. Or the Hosey, the school's website shows that two adults were both math teachers and Espen Spinwall was also an assistant football coach. Gray is was a student at Appalachia High School and will be handled as an adult. It will be handled as an adult as he moves through the court system, Hosey said in an earlier news conference. Nine other victims, eight students, and one teacher were taken to hospitals following the Wednesday morning shooting, according to GBI. Hosey said the gun was an AR platform weapon by a law enforcement officer official earlier told CNN it was a AR-15 style. AR-15 style. Gunfire sent students and faculty desperately scurrying for cover at schools across the country within the lockdown, and parents scrambled for scurrying for cover as the school across the country went into lockdown and parents scrambled for information. During the school shooting, 14-year-old Macy Wright texted her mom saying she heard gunshots and asked her mother to come get her. Right, and her friends held their hands and prayed in their classroom, she said. Moments later, they were disrupted by banging and yelling, according to Macy. I heard gunshots outside my classroom and people screaming, people begging not to get shot, and people sitting beside me shaking and crying, Mason said. The order spoke to the suspect in his violation. The suspect was interviewed by local law enforcement in May of 2023, and the FBI received several anonymous tips about online threats to commit a school shooting at an unidentified location and time. According to a joint statement from the FBI, Atlanta office, and Jackson County Sheriff Office. The online threats included photographs of guns. The statement said the father stated he had hunting guns in the house, but the subject did not have unsupervised access to them. The statement said the subject denied making the threats online. The FBI said there was no probable cause to an arrest at the time. Wednesday shooting is the deadliest of the 45 school shootings so far this calendar year, according to the CNN analysts. It is one of 11 school shootings with 4 or more deaths since 2008, when CNN first started tracking school shootings. The order said the first report of an active shooter came in 10:20 at Eastern Standard Time. A school resource deputy assigned to Appalachia High confronted the shooter, who got on the ground and was taken into custody. Burrell County Sheriff Judge Smith told reporters. When he sat next to the suspected shooter. Layla Sayarath, 16, told CNN the alleged shooter sat next to her in the algebra class. He said he left class early around 9:45, but didn't take a bathroom pass. He thought that he might be skipping. Toward the end of class, someone told her teacher over the loudspeaker to check her email. She said shortly after Gray was outside the classroom door, which was shut. Layla said another student who went to the door jumped backwards when she saw he had a gun. I guess he saw we weren't going to let him in, Layla said. And I guess the classroom next to me, their door was open. So I think he just started shooting into the classroom. At first, she told CNN she heard a burst of gunfire, maybe 10 or 15 shots. And they were kind of just one of a kind, one after another. Students dropped to the floor and crawled to the corner, Layla said. It seemed like this wasn't something that he planned too well, or that he wasn't really strong with the gun, because he didn't try to shoot our door. Once he saw he couldn't get in our room, he just went to the next one. I think I'm gonna make this a single episode. Shooting. Latest developments. The high school had received an earlier phone threat. Multiple law enforcement officials told CNN the phone call Wednesday morning warned there would be shootings at 5 schools in the Appalachia would be the first. It's not known who placed the call. Investigators have spoken to the suspected shooter and have been in touch with his family. Smith said it was it was not immediately known whether the assailant had the same connections with the victims. The sheriff said, though officials stressed that that will be a part of the investigation. Schools in Burrow County will be closed the rest of the week, or have been closed the rest of the week. The U.S. have suffered at least 385 mass shootings so far this year, according to the Gun Violence Archives, which, like CNN, defines mass shootings as those in which 4 or more victims are shot. That's an average of more than 1.5 mass shootings every year. Student texts mom, I'm scared. Erin Clark was at work Wednesday morning when she got a series of text messages from her son, a senior who was attending class in Appalachia High School. School shooting? I'm scared, he wrote. Uh, Please, I'm not joking. The flurry of messages said, I'm leaving work, Clark replied. I love you, her son, Ethan. Haney, 17, wrote back. W2, baby. His mom texts before racing to the high school. Clark told CNN her son heard 8 or 9 gunshots before he closed his classroom door. In the help of another classmate moved chairs and tables to block the door. Clark told CNN she was absolutely terrified when she read her son's messages. She kept praying that he'll stay safe, she said. As emergency responders came from several counties, video from outside the school showed at least 5 ambulances and a large law enforcement presence at the campus, and at least one medical helicopter could be seen airlifting a patient from the scene. At the football field where authorities had students gather, people lowered their heads and formed a prayer circle in the end zone, standing on the ladders of Appalachia as their classmates milled around the field. All schools in Burrow County school system, which includes high school, were placed on lockdown. And police were sent out of the ambulance of caution for all direct schools, according to the sources. But there were no reports of secondary incidents or scenes. Some of the critically injured were removed by helicopter. Additional helicopters are um, are on standby. Grady Health System at the Level 1 Trauma Center in Atlanta, about an hour drive from Winder. Um, Received one gunshot wound victim from the incident who was transported by a helicopter, a hospital spokesperson told CNN. In a source with knowledge of the situation who is not authorized to speak to the media, told CNN Piedmont and Athens Regional Hospital in North Georgia received 2 victims from the shooting. The source said one victim is an adult with a gunshot wound to the stomach and was in surgery. And another is a minor in unspecified injuries. With minor and unspecified injuries. 3 gunshot victims were taken to the nearby hospital following the shooting. According to the hospital official and 5 other patients reported to the hospital with symptoms related to a panic attack. The gunshot victims were taken to the Northeast Georgia Medical Center, Burrow, with non-life-threatening injuries. Northeast Georgia Health Center spokesperson Lane Salabo said four other patients came to symptoms. Whew. Wake up, wake up. Another gunshot victim was taken to Northeast Georgia Medical Center in Gainesville with non-life-threatening injuries. Salabo said an additional patient came to the Northeast Georgia Medical Center in Brazelton with symptoms related to the panic attack. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp was directed to all inevitable state resources to assist at the scene. He said in a statement on social media, the governor urged all Georgians to join my family in praying for the safety of those in our classrooms, both in Burrow County and across the state. President Joe Biden has been briefed on the incident. The White House said offering federal support to state and local officials. His administration will continue coordinating with federal, state, and local officials. As we receive more information, the White House said in a statement. Attorney General Merrick Garland similarly said that the U.S. Department of Justice stands ready to support community. Um, stands ready to support the community after the shooting. We are still gathering information, but the FBI and ATF are on the scene, working with state, local, and federal partners, Garland said at a meeting of the Justice Department's Election Threats Task Force. Winder had a population of 18,338 as of the 2020 census, according to the U.S. Census Bureau. And Burrow County School System is the 24th largest district in the state. Per the district's website, it serves about 15,340 students, 1.9 of whom are enrolled in Appalachian High School. Well, that's going to do it for this one. In the story dump, man, I don't know what to say pretty much, but this is they need to do something. They just need to do something. It is basically the copycats. That's what it is. That's what it is. These copycats are looking at the previous school shootings and want to make a name for themselves instead of making a name by doing what makes sense and just doing the right thing. But they want to make a name for themselves at the cost of somebody's daughter, at the cost of somebody's son, at the cost of somebody's uncle, father, whoever it may be. That's what all these shootings are all about, pretty much. Uh, in some cases. But like I said, this is another episode. I ain't gonna dwell on this too much because this is pretty much a story down because uh, and once again, it's a story brought to you by the CNN. must better give my credits twice on this. Cause I don't want my channel getting flagged. Okay, let's go on back here and give my credits one more time. Basically, this is a story brought to you by CNN. 14-year-old students suspect during Georgia shooting at left forward day will be booked tonight, officials say. Written by Isabella Rosales, Don Miller, Negro Valencia, Dakin Donde, and Sharif Paget. 7 minutes ago, updated 12:30 p.m. Uh, it's a Thursday, September 5th, 2024. 2024. But that's gonna do it again. This is another episode. On that note, that's gonna do it again. This is another episode of the reporter vlog. I'm making this one episode today, like I said, during the reading, because yeah, there's melatonin, tired, in other words. But I'm gonna make it this one episode today. Y'all have a good one. Here's another episode of the reporter vlog for September 9th, 2024 on a Monday. Y'all have a good one. Like I said, I am gone.